Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Racing with me, Rollcase TV, where I do the best can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of cruising through Season 8. Let's see, I have 5 qualifiers and 4 races done, so that means the next thing I have to do is another race, which is just the section, so I should be able to get through that, and cloudy, not raining, that's good. I didn't check to see if it's mass start or... it's a mass start, good. I always love the mass start, because when it's a staggered start, you have to sit here and wait for everyone to go ahead of you. Another one of those things... Wait a minute. Am I not supposed to be... This is a race, right? Am I practicing? Why am I the only person on the something's not right here. Do I not have AI opponents? Oh, this would be an easy race. It said mass start. I mean, I'll take it. If it's a bug, I'll take it. This game has a few issues. Still. I haven't checked lately to see if there's an update. I do not have auto update turned on my Xbox. Because I've been burned before, well, mostly with Microsoft or Minecraft. I was talking about that earlier in the stream, last YouTube episode, that Minecraft would come out with updates that just broke everything, so I wouldn't play the latest update until I found out it was stable. But then they stopped allowing you to play earlier versions. You'd go into the game and it'd say, "Oh, I'm sorry, you aren't on the latest version. You have to install the latest version before you can play." So there went my Let's Play for a couple weeks until I could be sure that it wasn't going to break anything, because sometimes it would break things. I wanted to make sure that it didn't break my my Let's Play world. And then I'd have to roll back to an earlier version, which would mean that people would have me watch the same thing multiple times over again, which is kind of ridiculous. So yeah, I finally gave up on Minecraft. I'm sure I lost viewers because of it. I'm sad. I'm sorry. Couldn't take it anymore. I don't talk to a lot of my friends, Minecraft friends, anymore. I still try to keep touch on Discord some, but I don't watch Minecraft either. I'm too sad about the whole... Sad and frustrated and angry to some extent still that I don't even watch Minecraft anymore. Even people that play the Java version, which has its own bugs but doesn't have the same issues. You can play older versions of Java and they don't stop you. When you play multiplayer, it's like, oh, well, your version's different than the server, so you have to upgrade. Okay, that's fine, but you can, with the Java version, you've got a launcher. You can pick what version you play. So if you're playing an adventure map that uses an earlier version, well, that's no problem. You can play that version. But, yeah, until they get something like that on the Bedrock, what's known as the Bedrock version. If you just play Minecraft and it just says Minecraft on it, or if you're getting it for console or something. Hold on a second. Another issue with this game, it sometimes does tap the audio. It's not my mic. I tried different mics, I tried different controllers, different chat pads. Fortunately, I can fix it by unplugging the mic, but then it comes back. I'm going to try cleaning the contacts. I haven't done that in a while. This game, my playing of this game has been a disaster, but the game itself has also been kind of a, not a disaster, a disappointment to me. But I'm getting through it, and I'm going to move on. This is season 8 out of 10. I'm quickly getting through these last few seasons. Then I've got a couple other games lined up. Got to pick between them. One of the games that I would like to play is Rims, which is another motorcycle game, but it's made by the same people, so I got to check it out to see if it still has the same issues that this game has before I actually... It came out before this game. It's older than this game, so I don't know. I don't think it's supposed to be as much of a sim, so maybe that means that the AI is actually... beatable, or I don't know. You would think that they would fix issues with a later version, though. So I don't know. One of the issues is the rubber banding. If I play Rims and the rubber banding is so tight that I can't beat anyone ever, then qualifying no. Attempts 1. Attempts 1. Okay, so what did I do? Did I not do the race? It looks like I didn't do the race. No, I got 50 reward points. What? First place, 50 reward. Something went weird there. I did the race, but I was all by myself. Oh, there's some weird bugs in this game. Okay, so I finished first. They don't give me any kind of ceremony for that. That's the second time I finished first in the race. The first time, it's because the AI, all the AI bikes ran into each other. Yeah, that was the race. I did the official race. Cool. Again, it's just a section. It is the official qualifier. Yes, okay. We'll get through that. Most of the races and qualifiers, unofficial ones, are just one section of course. Maybe I'll be lucky and there won't be any more AI on any of these. I'll get first place every time. Alright, skip the practice. Well, they have other people here on the qualifier. Nobody else was in the race. Did nobody else qualify? You don't have to qualify for the race. Another weird bug. Okay. Start the qualifier. Look at the map. Let everybody else go ahead of me so they don't rear end me. There they are. Getting word for a second, they weren't actually going to go on the road. Well, I scared them off. My reputation. These people were like, I'm not racing with this guy, he's too dangerous. Go ahead, Roll Cage, you do the race without us. We're heading to the pub. You keep those 50 upgrade points and whatever the... I mean, I got plenty of upgrade points. I was always looking at the upgrade points. I never even look at, see what my level points are, my XP. It was a comparable amount of XP that I didn't deserve. You can't go back. The other thing about this game that kind of annoys me is there's no way to go back and see how you did in any of the races. So you can't look up, you know, your history after a career. Well, how did I finish in this race or that race? You know, did I finish 4th in this race or 3rd in this race? Or... I mean, for me, it's pretty easy. I finished last and last and last and last. But, you know, they don't save your times or anything. Maybe GT Man 4 will have a better career mode. I don't know. You would think it's the third version. You would think they would be improving things, and they have improved certain aspects. But it is a different developer. It's not Kiloton Racing anymore. It still uses the same KT racing engine. Couldn't say. I was trying to save it. Almost saved it. But it's not developed by Kiloton anymore. I don't know if that's Kiloton doesn't have a development shop anymore since they lost the WRC contract. I don't know how it works. I don't know anything about it, but their engine is still alive. So maybe they just work on their engine now. I mean, everything, the quality of the actual racing is unparalleled. I mean, I'm playing on the beginner physics level, and it's, you know, I play it like a beginner. It's adequate. I understand that the higher physics levels are very, very good. The feeling is very nice. It feels nice. I don't have the skill to really appreciate it. But, you know, I hear from other people that, oh yeah, it's a great racing game with a great, obviously great graphics, you know, great view, Isle of Man circuit, recreated very faithfully. So those were all improvements. But yeah, the career mode, there's a lot to be desired, or desires a lot to be bared, or whatever the phrase is. Leaves a lot to be desired. That's it. Yeah. And this is the third upgrade level of the Superbikes, and of course that it gets more and more difficult as the career goes on. I'm raising the upgrade level of the bikes, and primarily it makes them faster. It does help with the brakes and handling, all that stuff, but I definitely feel like the braking is better on level 3 here than the season 6 when it started on the Superbikes level 1. The braking was noticeably poor, but also, you know, you go fast, the engine is faster, the acceleration fast, so it's harder to control than earlier upgrade models. Gives me a chance to check my chat, though, whenever I fall off. I've mentioned many times my chat is down at my side, so I can't see it while I'm playing. The chat is on a tablet down by my side. I have to turn my head to see it. The map on this is not bad. It's small, but it's okay. It rotates. One of the things about race, or not race, I keep saying race, Ride 4 was I calling it race the whole time last episode? Probably. Anyway, Ride 4, the map doesn't rotate, and so if you're playing on like a large course like Nordschleife, you just see the entire map on the screen and it doesn't rotate. So figuring out where you are in relation to the turn on that map is impossible. You've got a little bit different you know, dot than everyone else on the screen. You're trying to figure out where you are, and then looking at that to see, oh, what's the next turn coming up? Yeah, forget it. There's no way of seeing it. And that, of course, is my favorite place to ride is on Nordschleife. Who doesn't have that as their favorite closed circuit course? All right. Well, so far I qualified second, but you know that's not going to last. Well, other people have qualified, but yeah, as soon as I say I'm done, they're going to all jump ahead of me. Because they cheat. And they all did. By quite a bit. And I say they cheat, not just out of sour grapes. I have gone through the entire qualifying. For the final race, I've gone through the entire qualifying process until it ends. You'll watch them, they're on their last lap. They have no way of improving the turn there. You don't get to finish your lap. When the qualifying time's over, you're done. And they're on their last lap. They haven't qualified for the final race. Maybe 2 out of the 10 necessary have qualified for the final race at this AI level. And then, bam, at the end, suddenly they all qualify. Now, I don't know if other than the last race they do that too, but, yeah, hold on a second. All right, here we go. Oops, wrong button. Here we go. And race number 6. It is rainy again, of course. It's a full circuit. Do I have time? I got time. Pretty short circuit. Oh wait, I didn't look to see how many laps. 3 laps. Ooh, do I have time for 3 laps? I'm gonna do it. Let's do it anyway. This episode's gonna run long. I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I want to get it over with. Normally, if I run into a 3-lap race, I'm going to, I have competition this time. Normally, I'll do like a daily race, you know, a multi-player weekly event kind of thing. But I'm just gonna go for it. Well, oh. It'll be under, this race will be under an hour. But it may be more than 25, 30 minutes. And it's going to be in the rain the whole time, so. I am looking forward to checking out rims. See if it's better. It's like Ride. It's like their answer to Ride. I have MotoGP 20. I only buy those yearly titles every 5 years though, because I don't feel like spending $60, $70, whatever it is, every year for the exact same game just because it has the newer drivers or newer driver stats or, you know, newer liveries or something. Thanks but no thanks. Ow! Where this game, I just bought the DLC to get the 23 season. Didn't cost me $70. That really burns me up. sport games that are like that. I used to play Earl Weaver baseball. I actually played on the Amiga, I think, back in the day. Yeah, I did play on the Amiga. But you probably never heard of Earl Weaver baseball. It was Electronic Arts, like John Madden football. They had Earl Weaver baseball. And that was, you installed it on floppy disk. But when the new season came out, you would just buy the season. You'd send away for, maybe find in the store. I don't even remember, but new season, you'd get just the one disc as an expansion. And it'd be even easier to do that now that it's all a download. But Electronic Arts and 2K discovered, wait, you mean people will spend $100 every year just to get the latest stats? Oh, you sports fans are idiots. But we'll take your money. They're not the only ones though, like F1, even before Electronic Arts bought out Codemasters, F1 would come out every year with almost nothing changed in the game. Maybe a new course was added, but new courses aren't added every year to the F1 circuit. Mostly it was just new drivers, or if there was a new regulation or something. So I have F1 2010, 2015, and 2020. And I might get 2025, or I may not get 2025. I don't know. Electronic Arts owns it now, which means you can't get older versions. One thing about Electronic Arts, I don't know, 2K might do the same thing. I don't have any yearly 2K titles, because I'm not into basketball or whatever. I'm really not into football anymore either. I've never had any Madden football or anything. I'm so glad that they did that with the WRC. They have like WRC 2023. Once they bought out Codemasters, I would just not have bought it. I'll buy it in 25. I own the latest one, but smaller market for rally racing, so they probably figured, oh, rally fans aren't going to shell out $70 to $100 every year for just new driver stats. Baseball is my favorite sport, and I wouldn't do. And Electronic Arts bought out Super Mega Baseball, which I'm not going to get. I've heard not great things about Super Mega Baseball 4. I played Super Mega Baseball 3 on my mid-season marathon. If you don't know, first Saturday, middle of each season. So that's the first Saturday in February, May, August, and November. I do a 12-hour marathon stream where I play a bunch of other games that, generally games that I don't play. I do play Dirt Rally because I need to do that to fit my schedule. But games I don't normally play. And I played some Super Mega Baseball last time, Super Mega Baseball 3, because 4 is missing a bunch of the features that 3 had. But it's owned by Electronic Arts now, and so they try to add like actual players into the game. I think it's just vintage players, but I think they're testing it out to see if they want to become a competitor to MLB The Show. Which is published by the Major League Baseball Players Association, which is kind of cool. I don't know who develops it. I have no idea. I heard it's a pretty good game, but it's the same way every year. They figure, oh, baseball fans, they'll pay $100 every year for essentially the same piece of software. I won't. Not that big of a sports fan anyway. The only game I was ever really into, any sport I was ever really into, is baseball. And baseball's back, baby. They added a pitch clock to the game, to the major league level of the game, starting last season, and they made some adjustments to it this season. But yeah, the games actually don't last 3.5 hours anymore now. They last maybe 2.5 hours, something reasonable. You don't have to sit there watching the pitcher and the batter. The pitcher step off the mound, come back. The batter steps out of the box, comes back. Pitcher steps off the mound, come back. You know, that kind of ridiculous 20-minute at-bat doesn't happen anymore. He also added something a couple years back that I didn't know they had added, because I haven't watched in 20 years. Where extra innings now, they start you off, and this is kind of hokey, I think, but if a game goes into extra innings, it's like, and well, it's not sudden death because the home team still gets to play in the bottom of the inning, but they put a man on second. They start the inning off, if it's an extra inning, they start it off with a man on second. So you got a better chance of scoring. Which to me, that's a much more drastic change to the rules of the game than a pitch clock. I don't know if the home version of the game has that. I assume that it does. I assume the latest versions, and the latest versions probably also have pitch clock built in. But, you know, if you're playing a computer version, people don't usually take timeouts and timeouts and timeouts in the middle of an at-bat anyway. I don't know. I don't watch the esports, the actual professional people play the game. But yeah, once the pitch clock came into effect, I actually watched a handful of games last year. Watched one this year so far. Replay. I don't own a TV or have cable TV or anything, so it's not worth it for me to pay for a streaming service. Outrageous amount of money every game, every year, just to watch 2-3 games, a half a dozen games a year. A couple seasons ago, they would have free YouTube broadcasts of like a half a dozen games a year. They didn't do that in 23. I don't think they've done it in 24 either. Sports fans are crazy. I stopped watching sports. I stopped watching all television. All television except baseball like 30 years ago. And all television, period, 20 years ago or more. 25 years ago maybe. I still don't understand how people get so worked up about things that they can't control. Like, oh, they'll be so happy they'll ride in the streets when the team that represents their hometown wins, you know, a championship or something. It's like, what exactly did you have to do with that? Absolutely nothing. You're just lucky enough to live in a town that has enough of an audience to pay to support getting good players, and you have an owner that's willing to actually pay that price and not just pocket it. The reason baseball is I played some baseball. I never could play basketball. Never had much of an interest. Football, never played. Like tackle football. I play flag football, that's about it. I toss the football around, but pick up games. Those are like touch. You know. I did play some tackle football and broke my arm playing it when I was a kid. Somebody was mad that I scored a first down. It was just a pickup game. Somebody was mad that I scored a first down, got a first down or whatever it was. And I mean, it was like in a yard, you know. So I made a good play in the yard. And as I was getting up, somebody hit me late and broke my arm. I grew up in a terrible neighborhood anyways. Not the only opportunity to get my arm broken. Actually broke a finger playing. That was again a pickup game, a softball game. Caught a ball at a hard throw to first. I was playing first at the time because nobody else wanted to play it, and didn't quite catch the ball in the web. Caught it to the side and actually broke my finger in a freak accident. So, I mean, I didn't quite catch it right, but you wouldn't expect to break a finger with a softball hitting you in the glove. But yeah, my ring finger of my left hand is still crooked. I still have full range of motion, but it took a couple years before I could close that finger all the way. Didn't interfere with my video game playing at the time because, you know, well, this was, I think, before there were video games. No, I guess the video games had come to the bowling alleys and arcade machines by then, or the pinball arcades and the bowling alleys when video games first showed up. I don't remember where I was when I played my first video game. It was either a pinball arcade or maybe it was at a movie theater. Might have been in a bowling alley. I don't know. Kind of places I hung out at. I remember as a kid playing the electronic bowling machines, which were just electronic. Hey! They weren't video games. You know, they just had little mechanical switches that you would trip with the ball or the puck. The pucks games were more popular, but I was lucky. I got to play on a machine that had an actual real miniature bowling ball. So you would trip these mechanical switches that appeared underneath each pin and certain key spots, like in the. So if you hit the pocket, you know, you get a strike by hitting the pocket. If you hit the head pin without hitting the pocket, you know, then you get like a split. Yeah, my first video games, I don't remember. I remember playing Moonlander, but you know, I played Pong. I had a Pong home video machine, but it wasn't Pong. It was a Microsoft Odyssey, which actually they had the patent to Pong, and they sued. Was it Atari who released Pong? They sued, and they won the suit because it was patent infringement on Magnavox owned the patent. But Pong first was played on like an oscilloscope. It's based on that sort of technology. But yes, I'm old enough. I remember when video games first came out. Over 50 years ago. I've been playing video games for over 50 years. No, no, no. Oh! Ouch. But I didn't need my middle finger to play video games when they first came out because, you know, I just used when I had my once I graduated above playing Pong, video games controllers are like one button. A joystick and one button, basically, is what you use for Space Invaders. Actually, kind of think of it, I don't, you still don't use your ring finger on the controller. Ring finger or pinky on the my Xbox controller. I don't use my middle finger either because it doesn't seem to make sense to me that the way the controllers are laid out, the analog buttons, if you use a traditional claw grip, as they call it, you have your index fingers on the shoulder buttons and the middle finger on the trigger buttons, which I don't have enough control, fine motor control. Well, I barely have fine motor control on my index finger. I don't have enough fine motor control on my middle fingers to use the analog switches on the triggers. Fortunately, there aren't too many games that require you to use both the bumper buttons and the triggers. There are some, but like the clutch on this game is on the bumper. So, but I don't use the brake and the clutch at the same time, so I can move my forefinger from the trigger to the... Oh, I got fooled. Wait. Am I stuck? Oh, finally I fell down. I was stuck. That was odd. I went in reverse, but finally I got off the fence enough that I fell over. More complicated games, like Rocket League or something, I can't play very well because you need to use that claw grip. You need to use all the buttons. Probably, football might be the same way. The baseball game, Super Mega Baseball, I'm terrible enough at. But the AI range in Super Mega Baseball 3 is from like 0 to 99, so you can... with that, they actually have a range of difficulty levels, so that the highest difficulty level is hard for even good players to beat, and the easiest difficulty is easy for even bad players to beat. So, why racing games? Most racing games don't have that. Dirt Rally 2 is like the one game I played, all the Dirt Rally games, where yes, they have 100 difficulty levels, and they actually have 100. They should be able to easily make the game easy enough that you could play it if you were missing a finger, did not have use of a finger, because, why not? Why not let everybody play? I would say that my rule of thumb is you should be able to play on the easiest difficulty level if you're missing a thumb, but it's probably... I don't know if people that are actually missing a thumb would appreciate my being so cavalier about that. But yeah, I mean, even if you had some physical handicap, there's no reason not to make the easiest difficulty level such that it was seriously easy to beat for most players. If you got, in this case, this game has 71 difficulty levels, right? From 30 to 100. And yet, I'm playing on the easiest difficulty level with all the assists, the easiest AI, and I'm not terrible at video games. I'm not like at the bottom of the barrel in terms of racing games, and yet I can't even come close to beating the last AI racer. I think with racing games they could spread out the difficulty level more, such that everyone can enjoy it, and not just enjoy playing it, but actually can enjoy, a challenging but achievable race. I don't know. They don't get enough feedback with people that aren't like elite players. I was a very valuable member of a playtest group. I won't mention the company, but a playtest group for a company that did a racing game. I was valuable because I could get, well, one, I was valuable because I actually took playtesting seriously and gave them reports on things that didn't work. I wasn't just into playtesting to get a free copy of the game afterwards. You know, I actually gave detailed reports on things that didn't work right. And a lot of the playtesting is finding things, you know, finding bugs before they go out in the field. A lot of people didn't take that seriously, but I also provided feedback because I was one of the worst playtesters they had, if not the worst playtester they had, of the 2 dozen or something playtesters they had. Maybe less than that, I don't know. Because I wasn't an elite player, and unfortunately, I don't think a lot of game, especially racing games, which makes no sense to me, like I said. A platformer I can see, you can only make it so easy, right? Or something of that ilk. But a racing game, it's really easy to make it either easier or harder. You just speed up or you slow down or speed up the AI competition, right? And do the same thing with whatever time limits you have, which unfortunately you don't do in this game. It's only the AI. Getting 3 levels of physics or 3 levels of electronics is a little bit harder, but just making the AI competition easier or harder is totally simple. But I don't feel it's important enough to appeal to everybody, because the only feedback they get is people that are much better at the game, not only serious about it, but also better at it. I think maybe that's a social issue. People don't do things they're not good at. I was around since the beginning of video games, so I still have I remember the days before video games, so I still have enough of a fascination with video games. Couldn't save it. See, steering too far is a difficult thing because you got to time that lean back. Yeah, I'll still play the video games even if I'm not great at them. But a lot of people don't seem to do that. And a lot of that social conditioning, you're told not to play video games if you aren't good at them. Like, you suck, man. Why are you playing the game? You suck at it. Yeah, I suck. So what? Does this affect you personally? Only if you're stuck with me on a team should it really affect you personally. And I get comments like that on my YouTube videos and stuff. It's like, okay, then don't watch. It's fine. If you want to watch somebody be elite, I try to warn people. I mean, I call this series Clown Career. I'm a clown on the bike. Try Hard Racing. I don't have that in my YouTube title anymore. And my Twitch titles. That's how I branded myself. Although I guess Try Hard is evolving into meaning something other than what it meant 5 years ago. Where a Try Hard was someone that wasn't very good. Still played even though they weren't very good. Now, the way I've heard it mostly, well, this is from the Age of Empires people, so maybe it's not the same in every game. Elite players will say that they're in try-hard mode, or they're going try-hard when they're playing in a non-serious game, but actually playing to win in a non-serious game. That's being a try-hard. Or playing. I don't hear it in terms of the character of a player, I hear it in terms of the character of someone's attempt at playing. So I don't know, maybe I should rebrand myself. Old Man Gaming. I've thought about that a few times. What lap is this? This is my third lap. I won't. The episode isn't going to run too much later. Still might get this in under an hour. But my tagline is I do the best I can at what I've got, which is kind of a tongue-in-cheek, yeah. I don't have a lot. But I do the best I can with what I've got. Some of that comes from a cat. What we used to say, I lived with a woman who had a cat that was not too bright. Buddy was his name. And he wasn't too bright, but he did the best he could. So we started saying he did the best he could with what he had to work with. So. Oh, good old buddy. I've said that a bit about my cat as well. My cat, you know. Oh, he's not, you know, he's brighter than we give him credit for, I think. My roommate and I joke about. I love him to death. I lost his sister a couple summers back. Tuna and sardine, they were interesting, you know. Everyone remarked about how cute those names were. She had a defective kidney. She was younger by a year. But, she only made it to 11. He's going to be 14 this year. So he's an old man just like me. Grumpy because he's not getting his Saturday afternoon old man now. He's still, I mentioned earlier in the stream, he was really running around crazy earlier. He doesn't get kind of quite the zoomies anymore. Although he was zooming, but he was zooming because he wanted me to chase him. He got used to playing chase with his sister. He still wants to play chase. He thinks he can play chase with me. There's no room in this apartment for a human to play chase with. Even if I wasn't an old man, I wouldn't be able to actually play chase effectively. Up, I heard a click. Let's hope it doesn't start going crazy. I'll have to unplug the mic. It's not the mic. It only happens in this game. This game has some weird bugs, like a race where I have no competitors. Oh, come on. Hold on. Oh, come on. Almost to the finish line. Oh, well, I could finish last regardless. Oh, another click. I'm going to unplug the mic as soon as I cross the finish line here. Alright, maybe I will clean the controller between sections here, because I'm about to take another break. And let's get this finished out. What, 5 minutes behind instead of 22 seconds, the guy in front of me. So what is that? Like 3 times 5, 15 times? Not quite 15 times gap. Yeah, that tells you how competitive I am. But I won the last race. Weird bugs. Also, if you look and see how many upgrade points I have, well, also how many experience, I'm up to 120. My upgrade points are outrageously high, but that's because I ran into a bug a couple times. It gave me 100 times more points than it was supposed to give me. Oh, very weird. All right, let's get rid of the rain, first of all. And Ben, get ready to take my break. So if you're watching on Twitch, going to take a few minute break here. I'm going to clean the controller. I don't know if that's going to matter, but clean the controller contacts. So it'll be a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to be it for this episode. Next YouTube episode will be out the next week, and Saturday, Sunday at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time. So either way, Twitch, next episode. YouTube, wait, no, Twitch, after the break, stick around. YouTube, next episode. Either way, I will see you.